Oh my gosh, you're coming again? My God.
We are coming round the mountain again. We are coming round the mountain
I can't wait till you get here.
Yeah.
I had a dream last night. I got to tell you, we're going to have an incredible show.
I had a dream. I
had a dream.
Okay. Well,
oh my gosh, did I ever have a dream?
How was that?
Thank you, William.
He did good.
Thank you.
Yep.
I am so tired of replacing the walls on my barn. I'm so grateful William controlled himself. And actually, it's the horse.
What?
It's the horse rider that really needs to control the horse, not the other way around.
Oh, okay.
You know, horses represent the four lower bodies. When you're riding a horse, you have to use your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, and your spiritual body or your inspired body to ride a horse properly. So they're a great exercise in getting mastery over those four lower bodies, quite frankly. I've had horses all my life, and every one of those things inside of me had to be engaged every time I rode, or I would end up on my butt on the ground.
Okay, well, I think that's actually good advice for doing just about anything in life, including driving cars and walking and chewing gum.
Well,
yeah.
A horse has a mind of his own, and he tunes into your fear.
Of course.
Car doesn't necessarily have a mind of its own.
All right, what are we talking about today? Inner cities, right? Tell us the truth.
You're interrupting me.
No,
you better stop that right now.
Oh, I can see what kind of mood she's in today. All right, everybody.
Don't mess with me. Mercury's retrograde in Virgo, and I'm going to notice the flaw in the diamond.
Yes,
and every little thing that goes along with it.
Okay.
And we can't whine, and you're whining.
Okay.
We cannot be nitpicky.
All right.
We cannot be out of control and feel the stress and the sense of struggle and the sense of all these things that Mercury Virgo can make us all feel.
All right, we got the point. Let's get on with it.
You got to watch it.
Yeah,
You speak to a woman who read The Art of War.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Tokyo Rose, my name.
The battle is over before even the war starts. You know what I mean? Or the other way around. Yeah. The war's over before the battle starts. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of battle.
Actually, Art of War is great. Oh, that's good stuff. You should read that. Any spiritual seeker should read The Art of War because that's how the fallen angels do battle. So
I just told you that.
You did? Wow.
Yeah, I just said I've read the art. You better watch it. I read The Art of War.
Whew. No, I'm talking about everybody. Jeez. Anybody who's a spiritual seeker should do that. I am helping our listening audience by making a suggestion what they should listen to or read. Yes, good stuff.
I see, said the blind man.
Through a knothole in the barbed wire fence. All right, on with it.
Listen to this dream.
I'm ready. I'm fired up. Let's go.
I woke up shaking. Seriously.
Okay.
I woke up shaking. So there I was with my aunt who is deceased. She died about 10 years ago. And she took me into the inner city of, I don't know what city we were in, but it was definitely the inner city like Detroit or the ghetto, the scary part of town that we never drive through because we don't want to get shot because they've got so many guns there because they don't know what to do with their lives. And so there I am with her in the inner city, and she takes me in front of this building that is a porn movie building. Has, that's what they do inside there. They shoot, people come and watch those kind of movies.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, who'd want to come here? And then I was thinking, oh my God, it's so dirty around here. Everywhere, it's just dirty. It's impure. It's like, and the next thing I know, I'm laying down on the ground and realizing how dirty the concrete was. Even everything around me was just filth and horror, in the sense of sexual filth. And so then she took me into the porn shop, and I'm totally innocent. So none of it's really touching me as I'm walking through these crowds of people that live in the inner city. They're all nice to each other and they're all having conversation. They're excited about the next movie. And I'm like, what the heck? And then this creepy guy, did you ever see the movie Ghost?
Yes, I did.
Okay, in fact, the guy that was on the train,
yes.
That he was doing the cigarette and trying to get the cigarette thing going.
Yes.
Well, a guy like that I went into the bathroom to powder my nose, and he walks into the bathroom and grabs me, and I'm like, get off of me. Oh my God. And I immediately ran out of the bathroom and told Diane, I said, this is a very evil place. We need to get out of here. And she said, okay, you're right. Let's get out of here. And so I got out of there and the next thing I know, I'm on this path in the inner city and it's snowing outside. It's really, cold and dark. It was so dark outside. So I start running for the car, running as fast as I can. And it seemed like I had the wind behind me because there was something pushing me to get me to the car faster. Then I saw all these starving dogs running down the street. You knew they didn't have any home. They were so sweet. And I remember thinking to myself, do not fear. These dogs will not attack you. Do not fear. And because if you fear, they will attack you. So I went right through them. There was a pack of dogs. And I thought, oh God, how sad, they're starving. Then the next thing I know, I'm climbing a fence trying to get to my car. And I mean, it was really, really hard. And she was supposed to be behind me and she never came. So I had to get out of there. I had to get out of Dodge fast because I knew I was in an evil place. And there was no love there. There was no light. It was just dark. It was just concrete. There was nothing there. And it was so sad because I realized that these people that live here never, ever had introduced to them what real love is. So they were caught in the lie of pornography, looking for love in addictive corners of the universe, and just totally, it's like in that in that movie, What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams, when he was going after his wife who committed suicide, and he's going down the different levels of consciousness and encountering where people had got trapped in these levels of consciousness. And there's this one point where they're all in the mud screaming, help me, help me, help me. And they can't get out because all they had to do was help themselves. And they didn't know that. And I think this is what in the inner cities is going on. People don't realize that they can help themselves to come up higher. They're stuck in this horrible consciousness and conditioning, and they don't know that there's another world or that there's another level of consciousness. The light hasn't gone into that area. Of course, when I woke up this morning, this dream was very, very real, and I was shaking when I woke up. And to get out of the inner city, which was very, very interesting, because I had to go through this area where there were all these Christian fundamentalists, and if any of them didn't believe like they believe, they got hung right there on the spot. So I had to walk through and I was trying not to let my light shine because I knew if I did, they would hang me. And then, the next thing I know, I'm coming in the back door of somebody's house and I see the statue of Kuan Yin, this beautiful statue of Kuan Yin, and I knew I was getting close to the end of this maze that I found myself trapped in this dream. And I found, I got into this home and it was full of focuses and higher consciousness, until I stood before Lao Tzu and I was like, saved. But anyway, it was an intense dream.
Yeah. Okay.
You Did you follow any of that?
Yeah, you went on for about 4 minutes on that one. That was.
I know. Well, it was a long dream. It was a very vivid, in-color dream. And you're a dream interpretator. I know that.
Yes.
Everybody, you ought to call Arthur and, pay him to interpret your dreams because has an amazing ability in that. I wanted to ask you, Arthur, what do those starving dogs mean?
Well, the dogs can represent any part of your consciousness, and it's no accident that a lot of people consider dogs as some element of God, and it's no accident that the word dog is actually God backwards, G-O-D, D-O-G. And you knew that if you maintained the right level of consciousness, the dogs would not attack you. So that if you maintained your love and your level. So what that represents is that could represent the consciousness of those that are starving, the souls. And you realize that if you maintain the right level, they won't attack you. So the dogs
my God, that is so... I gotta share this with you. That is so amazing that you said that, Arthur, because I've been thinking profoundly lately when I'm doing readings for people, astrology sessions, how important it is for me to not get into a state where I'm not the example or where I'm not holding the highest, I don't know, it's like, how do I say this to this person so that they don't starve, that they're fed and they're whole and they've got. I mean, I
There
really
you go.
that's amazing.
So it's almost like, how many? Do you know how many dogs there were in the pack? Did you get a sense, or
It
it
was a
didn't
pack
matter?
of dogs.
So it
One,
really
two,
didn't
three,
matter.
probably 5 dogs. There was about 5 dogs, I think.
Okay. So, each one of those dogs could represent some aspect of that consciousness, or, what those souls that came to you for readings may have represented. You just don't know. But when in a dream, anytime you do a dream interpretation, the first thing that you want to do is to get the feeling that is represented by whatever the symbol is in the dream. And even these dark images or dark things that we were encountering represent something. Here's a perfect
The
example.
filth. What did the filth represent?
Oh, well, it represents filth, dirty, consciousness that's not raised, unclean garments. Maybe you felt like you hadn't done enough spiritual work, or, it could
I
represent
had done
anything.
4 hours of prayers before I went to bed last night. 4 hours of hardcore, significant prayer.
Which
So,
is,
I mean,
which is a good thing. I mean, so you get this opportunity to actually go down into what we call the astral plane, and the astral plane is obviously, not heaven world. What people represent, we
it was
know.
the astral plane.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we know that there are 33 levels above and below, for the most part, our existence on Earth. And as you go down,
Of consciousness.
of consciousness,
You got to
correct,
say.
right? 33 levels of consciousness as we go through. So at some level, you were going down on that, and the dream symbols can represent various different things. Now, here's something about dream interpretation that I will warn some people. If you pick up a dream book, like say you go to Barnes and Noble and you pick up any kind of dream book, there are 5 dream books there, you're going to get 5 interpretations. So the best thing to do for dream interpretation is to keep a journal and to record your thoughts, or record what it is that comes up, or as like what Jean is talking about right now, she's going back and comparing this to, chart readings where these people need to be fed correctly so that she's not, that they get the right kind of food, and that she's not saying anything that will upset them or really make them angry. And so,
And also, the porn movie shop would be their consciousness of,
right,
people, what they don't even notice that they're in a dirty place.
right,
Because they've gotten so used to it.
right.
Interesting.
So what we do is, and then the fact that you moved through that and came out of that process, recognize the fact that, that we could do that, and then you were led into a place where the Ascended Masters were there, especially Kuan Yin, who represents mercy. And so it's divine mercy that, represents our salvation as to how we can get out of these consciousness. So I've done, for example, a lot of Kuan Yins over the last week for some specific things. Now, the Kuan Yin mantras I like because they're short and you could deliver these, and they have a vibration and a frequency for each of these mantras. So that's a key in that dream for Jean.
I actually have Kuan Yin's mantras posted on my website at astrologyjeanhart.com, and you can just I have a clip that you can do along with the clip and visualize Kuan Yin, and you'll be amazed at how wonderful she is. Oh my God. Every time I see Kuan Yin in a dream, I know I'm safe.
So Kuan Yin, for those who may not know or don't have any kind of a connection to this, Kuan Yin is revered as the goddess of mercy, and also, so God or goddess doesn't mean that we, bow down, and from the standpoint of idolatry, it means that she embodies the God quality of mercy, and the goddess is the feminine as opposed to the God. So when you hear somebody say that, the goddess of mercy, it means that Kuan Yin is embodying the absolute pure image, likeness, vibration, frequency of mercy from the feminine side. So that's what that means, goddess of mercy.
Well, an easier way to say it is that Kuan Yin is the Jesus Christ in the Eastern tradition, that Jesus is in the Western tradition. So she represents the Christ of mercy and compassion. And all of us are supposed to be like that when we grow up.
Yeah, she also represents the Divine Mother as well. So she's also been called the counterpart of the Divine Mother in the East. Yep.
But, I woke up with a distinct feeling after this dream that I needed to think about the inner cities and the ghettos in Kansas City and Detroit. And it's interesting that Trump is going to be speaking in Detroit today in the inner city. So maybe part of that was the dream prompting and how, I can make an impact on that area. And I know one way is to do the prayer work. And that's probably why I went deep into the astral plane, which is the place between the moon and the earth that consciousness gets trapped and into ugly, scary, dark, dirty places. And all of us can get trapped there in our dream state because we're traveling to higher realms as our body sleeps at night. Our soul leaves our body and we go to places. But so I went there, I think, to do work. I went there to do spiritual work or to help people or to bring understanding or teachings to these people that I encountered, even though it seemed I was
it could
moving
also
fast through it.
It could also mean that you're bringing the teaching right now, to this radio show. So, and an understanding of it. So, the other part that I'd like to add to it is that there is a way out of this, and there are a way out of that consciousness. And one place that you can go is to the heart of Kuan Yin. And so there are mantras that you can recite and repeat, and by use of the science of the spoken word, you can use a frequency and a vibration and take her office and her mantle of her attainment and call upon her, and then she can supply the missing piece for you or people that you might know, and it will then raise up. I love the Kuan Yin mantras. Oh, God, I love them. I've studied them for 30 years, and they are extremely effective. So I walk around with what we call a decree counter, which actually is also called an item tally counter or a hand counter. One of those things you hold in your hand and you click and it counts. And I like the mechanical ones because you get this sense that every time you press the button, you're clicking. And so what I'll do is I'll click. I'll do a mantra. Let's say, for example, you can do Kuan Yin for healing, or Kuan Yin for abundance, or Kuan Yin for illumination, or, just there's a bunch of them. And you can sit there and you can count them. So I went ahead and did that, right? So I said, okay, somebody's telling me that the science of the spoken word works, so I'll go ahead and take these mantras and I'll start clicking on the counter until something happens. Gene, you know me, right? I'll just do this I'll do it for a week until I can see something would happen. So what I decided to do, being a computer guy, I need some kind of quantitative analysis of this. And I realized that if I did it 1,000 times, a mantra, I would get an answer within about 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah. And if I did
Kuan Yin
wait, there's more. If I did 2,000, I'd get an answer in 48 hours. If I did 3,000, it would be within 24 hours, and 4,000 almost instantaneously. I kid you not.
Well, let's put this in perspective. Kuan Yin mantra like Namu EE ROO GWAN EEN. You're saying that 4,000 times, not like this long paragraph. So
correct.
You're calling
yes.
And praising her.
Yeah, and these are really neat. So what we should do is we should probably come up with a list of these, all of them, that we have access to, and make them available. So we'll put this out on the website. So for those
there's this one prayer that's got 33 mantras to Kuan Yin, and they're all short like this. Namu EE ROO GWAN EEN, Namu EE ROO GWAN EEN, and you just say it over and over, faster and faster again, and it's amazing. Especially if you use your visualization and your sincere desire to love Kuan Yin or to know her or to meet her or to become her. All of these energies, if you see it, you feel it, and you say it, you got it.
You know that mantra that you were just giving to Kuan Yin, the Namu EE ROO GWAN EEN?
Right.
Let me give you a little bit of understanding of that particular one. It's interesting that you chose that one.
It means the one who stops the war, who stops the nuclear war, who stops the warring of the members inside and outside.
That's called Kuan Yin of Oneness, and basically that particular mantra will counteract. It's the absolute antidote in time of war, even nuclear war. And it will actually clear the air, the wind, the wave, hurricanes, that kind of energy. So if you give that type of devotion, it will... it's Kuan Yin of Oneness, which means by our oneness, we then all rise up higher. And so there's
Conquer.
our safety.
We then conquer.
Exactly. It's so cool. But there's Kuan Yin mantras. Let me give you another one for your particular dream.
Hey, I think you should save that one for our next show because I gotta go.
You gotta go. This is
yeah, our time is up.
Okay, so we'll post the Kuan Yin mantras on there, and you could pick them and do whatever you want to do on these, and they're fascinating, a lot of fun. So we'll also pick
and
this
call
up.
Arthur to interpret your dreams.
Yes.
Oh my God, he's so good at it.
Okay.
And what is his number?
My number is 406-224-1075. 406
he's affordable too.
1075. 406-224-1075. There we are. Hey, William and I are out of here.
We're gonna do more dream interpretations in some future shows. So listen.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Come back.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Let Jean do an astrology consultation for you, your family, or your friends. Go to astrologyjeanhart.com or give her a call or text her at 1-406-599-3934. There are powerful spiritual tools available to help you deal with planetary and personal challenges, and these can be found at prophecyisgiven.com. And be sure to visit our website at thetrekupwardradioshow.com or stop by on Facebook at www.facebook.com/trekupward, and be sure to hit like on our page, or visit YouTube and search for the Trek Upward Radio Show. Be sure to subscribe so you do not miss another episode of the Trek Upward Radio Show. The Trek Upward Radio Show is a studio at 5,600 feet production.